Welcome back, guys. Today we'll be talking about something that people know about but has something deep inside that still makes people think now. Will be talking about the one and only Gettysburg.
Now, before we start talking about it, you might think, oh, how is Gettysburg haunted? But let us tell you, it is haunted in some places due to a war in Gettysburg.
And that war is actually the war.
The places that we will be talking about are two different houses that have played a big part, but also an orphanage. Sorry, that people claim is brutal and harmful to the children and supports the devil as well.
So sorry for right off the bat. What do you guys think that we're gonna talk about?
There's gonna be something about a pentagram, most likely. Summoning circle, maybe. If it has something to do with the devil,
Mm,
did someone get possessed?
from the research I did, someone did not
No.
that I believe, but
So it's not like full devil stuff. Okay.
it's more of a deal with the devil.
So a pentagram.
Not like a pentagram kind of stuff, but like, you know what I mean.
No, we don't.
Come on, audio guy. What do you think?
What do you think, Gadia?
Honestly, I got no idea what they're talking about.
Hey, you're in this podcast too. You gotta know.
No, I don't have to know.
Well, you're in
Hey man, I'm
Hey,
trying to do my
amen, amen.
I'm trying to do my job.
You're
here,
in the
okay?
room as well.
Okay. So let's start off with the orphanage. So before it even became an orphanage, it was actually a normal house. And
That was mini hospital. Where's that the other house?
the orphanage, but after it was a normal house, then it turned into a mini hospital for the people that was in the American Revolution, which was the war that took place in Gettysburg, for the soldiers that were like injured. And then afterwards it slowly became an orphanage for the children that parents were caught in fire or just died from random diseases. Now, like, you might think, like, how is that bad? Well, besides the fact that the soldiers actually made a deal with demons to help them win the war, that explains the whole demon part.
How are you gonna? Alright, that's one thing I don't understand. How are you gonna make a deal with the devil to win a war? Like, he ain't gonna fight with you.
Like, they sold their life to either get rich after the war or to help them win the war.
That still doesn't make sense though.
But you may think, how is it bad for the children? So, the reason why it's bad for the children is mainly because it's the caregiver that took care of the children. That's what made it bad.
They were basically just not possessed, as you already said.
Like, they were not possessed. But people might claim that the caregiver was due to how evil she was. But I'll let you decide once you know the what happened.
You could have agreed to some belief.
I mean, pretty much the caregiver actually locked the kids outside the orphanage with only what they had on.
For how long?
It could be for hours, minutes, even days. It doesn't matter if it's cold, raining, hot. Whatever they had on, that's what they had on. The caregiver also apparently starved, basically abused But the worst part is actually the basement. The basement is actually where the whole soldiers were and the whole demonic asking for help. But the kids actually hated the basement due to the fact that there was a hole in the wall that the kids had to go into and get chained up and left there for who knows how long, starving in the cold basement. But the worst part, the worst thing that could happen to them is being actually in a barrel with water and their feces and urine.
So, audio guy, what do you think about this?
Absolutely disturbing and disgusting.
What do you think, bud?
You ain't even paying attention, but I mean, like,
Being chained up and having to smell your own feces and urine.
I mean, you're literally in a wooden barrel with water, standing barefooted, in whatever clothes you have, in a wooden barrel. And I'm pretty sure there's also a room that actually the kids actually got locked into. The reason why that's bad is because, besides the fact that they could be put in there any time of the day, winter, cold, fall, it's hot, spring, whatever. But the worst part has to be winter due to the fact that normally kids would die around that time due to hypothermia, starvation, and just regular diseases. So the caregiver normally put the dead bodies of the children in that room, and sometimes the kids actually have to be in that room for who knows how long.
so just punishment, basically.
It's weird form of punishment.
That's all I'm getting from this. Just a bad caregiver. Well, again, I'm still thinking that they're possessed. You can't change my mind on that.
Mm.
The second house is the Jenny house. Janie? Jenny?
It's
Janie?
the
Janie.
Jenny.
Yeah.
Jenny
Okay.
house.
Jenny Wade.
Jenny Wade house.
The Jenny Wade house is haunted because she was the only person who was shot and killed as a bystander.
Yes, as the bystander. She was the only one that was a bystander that got shot.
Where was she shot?
She was shot on the left part of her, the bottom left part of her shoulder while she was making something. And I believe she died at the age of 20 as well.
How do you die to that?
I think it's like
That's
when
your shoulder. Wait,
it probably went through her heart or like through blood loss.
Which way was she shot, though? That's the thing.
Over here.
In her back?
Yeah. Which way did the bullet come out?
It went through here, it went through the back, went through the front.
Your heart.
That's above your heart.
Yeah, that's
It's
nowhere.
like somewhere,
That's nowhere
somewhere.
near your heart. That's
So
your.
she shot-
That's your shoulder.
So she got shot in her back and then it went out her chest. That's basically what you're saying. Yeah.
No, that was her shoulder. It came out of.
That's just what the research did. That's what the research said.
That's nowhere near your heart.
It's near
You
your
could
heart,
you
but
could
it's
survive
above
that.
it.
You could survive
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah,
I
she
don't-
probably either died from blood loss or like lack of treatment.
Had to die of blood loss because there's no way.
No, that's the only way you could die from that. It's the only way that makes sense.
But besides the fact of her spirit still haunting there, some of the kids from the orphanage actually did visit the Jenny Wade house due to the fact that Jenny and her family actually did give them shelter and food while they were locked outside. So the kids actually find the Jenny Wade house more of a comfort place.
Well, what did they do now? Did they figure out she died? Most likely, right?
But I do remember researching that when Jenny did get shot, she actually fell. She leaned onto a wall, and fallen back, and she was found by her sister and mother, while her father was on his way home from an asylum while he was a bit of he was calming down ish from the special flower.
There's so many special flowers.
Interesting.
Yes, but so
You want to have a word at this, audio guy?
No.
Okay.
but I do know for a fact that when Jenny got shot, her mother and sister had to pick her up, like shoulder on shoulder, and bring her down to the basement, and that's actually where she died. And due to the fact that the war was still going on, the father, mother, and sister had to stay with her dead body in the basement for maybe weeks, days.
She still could have lived. Could have just wrapped that up, with tissue or something, a towel.
I'm guessing they didn't have
Anything.
the right stuff, or it was too much for them to handle.
It's a bullet. Gotta cover it up.
But what made it worse of all is that the father actually didn't believe she was dead due to the fact that he actually hallucinated her every now and then. But in the moment when he did realize she was dead, it was around where they were like in and out. They can go in and out of the basement. And he was upset when that happened. When he realized, well, any father would when they realize that their children are dead.
Any parent in general.
When they realize someone close to them is dead in general. So far from that, what do you guys think? And what would you guys do if you were the father?
Well, obviously, I'd be mad. Again, she could have lived. I don't like.
Me personally, I would not even know. But if I was there, what to do, I probably would try and help Jenny survive, trying and stuff like that. So, what do you think, Adio?
I would give my answer, but I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to say it here, so we're just gonna leave it off like that.
No, put it in safer terms.
The thing is, people are still gonna get it regardless of if I put it in simple words. Because I don't want to deal with all that, okay?
Put it in safer.
All right. Now, for the last house that we were talking about, it's called the Farnworth Inn. And you might be thinking like, how is the inn haunted or stuff like that? But believe it or not, the inn is actually haunted by the last owner that before the current owner. A ghost haunted also by a little boy and a few snipers that was there, since it was I think it was called a sniper hole, whatever, like when people use that as an easy way to snipe enemies.
A sniper tower.
Sniper tower.
That's
Tower.
Just easier. That's just an easier name for it.
And there's apparently also 106 ghosts there as well. Some good,
it's a war
some
zone, so
some
just,
good, some evil. But the weirdest thing is that Ed and Lorraine Warren actually had to go there to actually try and calm the evil spirits, but it wasn't really that successful. But it just put them to, well, make them more calmer and stuff like that. Also, apparently, if you do decide to visit, you could also see the sniper holes on the side of the house right below the window that actually where the sniper can be, well, apparently seen. Also, there's also a saying that a sniper from the inn, I think his name is Ron. He was like a redhead or like literally his hair was red or he was a ginger, and they say that he was the one who actually shot Jenny. But
What, like, what evidence did they have?
I'm not really sure but not
That the article didn't. Nothing said
people
it.
tried and did people like try to shoot. The thing is, I don't really believe that the Ron actually shot Jenny due to the fact that they were like miles apart. It was like let's say Ron was at A and let's say Jenny was around O. It was like that far. I don't really think that. And snipers back then are not really that good. So I don't really think that Ron actually shot Jenny.
What? When was this around again?
It
Like
was
year?
the American Revolution. And I believe the American Revolution took place around. Wait, shoot. Took place around the 1700s.
So they use. I would say.
I
Like,
don't think they used long rifles.
they had to. There's nothing else they could have. This was the 1700s. Or am I?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 1700s.
No, it was in the 18. It was around 18.
It was around. It was around there.
18. July. The word Gettysburg was July 1st, 1863 to July 3rd, 1863. So that's like not that long. Oh, correction, not the American War, it's the Civil War.
Mm.
So they had snipers back then.
Audio. Nah.
Yeah, they had snipers.
I was better bring up audio guy again,
Ish.
but
So like, do you believe that Roland shoot Jenny?
shot.
Shot.
Nah. No. No. They couldn't. He couldn't have. Too far. But if the sniper was powerful enough, maybe he just had to.
I
Aim.
mean,
He had to aim very high.
I
We all
mean,
know
the
that.
thing is, the bullet actually went through two doors.
The
and
wooden.
two wooden doors and then hit Jenny in the shoulder. How is that possible if he was at A and they're like at O? The strength of the bullet would probably be weakened through that time.
You know how fast the bullet shoots from a sniper? Like, they shoot very fast. It's high velocity, first of all.
Like
Who-
around
who-
modern snipers
kno-
could
who
possibly do
knows?
it, but back in the 1800s.
And plus, who knows what it was.
Loaded in.
So what do you think, Audio?
I was not paying attention. I want to be honest. I was not paying attention.
He was just listening for audio. He blacked
No,
out.
but I did see this great deal on Amazon.
Okay.
76% off.
For what?
Not sponsored.
Oh,
Just
Earbuds. Oh
saying.
my goodness gracious! I had it triple to
Well, that's pretty much all we have due to time wise, and that is another story pulled out the shadows.